solemnly swear the evidence of this testimony given this cause will be the truth, so help you God. You lower your hand and put the stage right over here, sir. Just have a seat, make yourself comfortable. Adjust the microphone. Speak up so everyone can hear you, please.
Would you tell us your name?
My name is Arnulfo Reyes.
And what do you do for a living, sir?
I was a teacher.
You were a teacher?
Yes.
Are you now?
No.
And when was the last day that you taught?
May 24th, 2022.
And where did you teach?
At Robb Elementary.
And is that in Uvalde, Uvalde County, Texas?
Yes, sir.
Who did you teach? In general terms, what grade level?
It was a self-contained fourth grade classroom.
A self-contained fourth grade classroom? What does that mean?
That means that I taught all subjects: math, reading, social studies, science.
You taught all of the classes?
All subjects, yes.
Okay. And what age group did you teach?
Throughout my whole career, or just?
Just this year, May 24, 2020.
It was fourth grade.
And how old are those youngsters?
They're 9 at the beginning of the year, and then some turned 10.
Okay. How long had you been a teacher before this day?
17 years.
Okay. And was your room was what number?
Room 111.
And was it adjoining another room?
Yes, it was joined to another room. Yes.
And what room did it adjoin?
112.
And were there teachers in that room also?
Yes.
And who were those teachers?
Those teachers were Irma Garcia and Eva Mireles.
Okay. Can you tell us how that day started, May 24, 2022?
It started like any other day. I mean, just a normal day, like to go to school. Yeah.
Okay. And did y'all have award ceremonies before the day was over?
Yes, we had a award ceremony that was supposed to take place at 10:30 around there. We were just waiting for them to call us to the cafeteria.
So the cafeteria is where the award ceremony took place?
Yes.
And what is award ceremony?
Award ceremony is like when kids get awards for special things that they can do and achieve. And so we just give them awards for the special things.
And did the parents attend the award ceremony?
Yes, they're invited to go. Yes.
Okay. And how big was your class that day?
That day, my class was about, I want to say 14 or 15.
Around 14?
Yeah, 14.
And after award ceremony, did any of the kids leave?
Yes.
And how many kids left?
I believe there was 3 kids that left that day.
And so after award ceremony, then what happened?
After the award ceremony, we headed back to our classroom.
And that was at Robb Elementary School,
Yes.
room 111,
Yes.
in the fourth grade wing.
Yes.
Did you get back to your classroom?
Yes.
And what happened next?
After we got back to the classroom, we resumed doing what we were doing before we went to the ceremony. And so everybody went back to their spots, and we just resumed what we were doing.
Okay. When you said they went back to your spots, could you tell us how your classroom was configured?
Well, we were watching a movie, so like most of the desks were gathered together, kind of I would say in the middle of the classroom. And they were, the kids were on the other side of that, and they were watching the movie on the big TV that we have.
And were the lights on or off because of the movie?
They were off.
They were off?
Yes.
And what were you doing during this time?
I was behind my desk and entering grades into the computer, and doing things that need to be done before the year's over.
And where was your desk in the room?
It was in a corner. It's in a corner by a long table.
By long table?
Yeah.
Okay. we've seen photographs of room 111.
Mhm.
Was it the corner where the doorway was? The entry to the doorway?
Yes, on that same side of the door. Mhm.
And was it close to the closet?
No,
Where
no.
was it from the closet?
Diagonally across from.
Diagonal across to the opposite corner.
Yes,
That's where your desk was.
yes,
And that's where you were sitting.
yes.
And then what happened?
We were there. I was doing my thing, and the kids were watching the movie, and I heard a noise, but it was kind of far, but it was still loud. And
Did you
then,
recognize the noise?
no, I didn't. What it assumed to, I mean, I assumed that it sounded like books when you bang them on the floor, and that's what it sounded like. But it was kind of far.
And how many times did you hear that sound?
I would say maybe like 5, 6 times or around there. And as I heard it, it kept on getting closer and closer, but it still seemed distant anyways. But yeah,
And did it ring a bell to you as to what that may be?
no. Mm-mm.
So then what happened?
So then, I kept on going and doing my thing, and the kids kept on doing their thing, and it was quiet. And then, as we were there, they started again, the loud sounds and more constant, and they were just very close now.
Very close. What do you mean?
Like really loud, really closer. They sounded closer to where we were at.
And did that change your mind about it being books?
Yeah, it took me a while to process that, just because I didn't. I mean, it did change my mind of that it was not books, but I didn't know what it was. Still, anyway, yeah.
Okay. So then what happened?
The sounds got louder, like I said, and I was still sitting there behind my desk and trying to comprehend what was going on. And then, for some reason, I looked at the wall that's across from me, which would be facing room 112. And then there was just a lot more. And then I saw like pieces of the wall, or some objects falling. Not too sure if it was sheetrock or what it was, but something was falling off the wall. And at that same time, I had a student come and ask me, what's going on?
And what did you say?
And I told her, I said, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. And then I told my kids to go ahead and get under the table where we've always practiced to go when we're on lockdown.
Okay, tell me about lockdown. What is lockdown?
Lockdown is when we turn the lights off in the room and make sure that the door's locked and hide out of the view of anybody.
And is there a specific place that the children are told to hide?
Yes, we have a long table that would be like on this side, and so they would hide under that long table.
And had y'all trained on that?
Yes, always.
And so when you told the children it was a lockdown hide, what did they do?
They all went under that table.
And was this loud banging going on at that time?
Yes. So when the students were going under the table, and I got off from my desk area and was going around to hide from view. That is when I looked at my door, and that's where I saw him,
What did you see?
a black shadow.
And what was the black shadow doing?
The black shadow was holding a gun. Um, and I know that he was holding a gun because I just saw the fire come out of the gun.
And were you sitting or standing at the time?
Standing.
And what did you do?
Well, he shot at me. He hit me in my arm.
Can you show us where he hit you?
He hit right here.
Okay.
So he hit me on my arm, and that's when I fell to the ground. And then after I fell on to the ground, he came around and he shot the kids.
How close was he to you when that happened?
He was very close. I was on the other side of my kidney table, and he was probably behind the kidney table.
And so it was one of the first things he did after shooting you was to shoot your kids.
Yes, sir.
And about how many shots did you hear go off?
Just a lot. I couldn't tell you how many, but just a lot.
Did the shadow with the gun stay in room 111 the entire time?
I'm not sure if it was the whole time, but what I do remember was a lot of the coughing that he was doing and the footsteps. So I heard a lot of it.
Did you ever hear him leave room 111?
No, sir. The only time that I would say is when that he walked to the other classroom would be when I heard one of the students say, officers come in here, we're here.
Excuse me?
When he went to the other classroom was when a student from that classroom said, officer, come in here, we're in here. And then I heard walks over there, and then I heard more shooting.
And did you hear that voice again?
No.
Is your timing accurate in your mind based on these events?
I would assume that it's correct.
Okay.
Mhm.
At some point, did you say that it was your timing was kind of jumbled up?
Well, I mean, I didn't have a concept of time, like actual time, but what did seem like 30 minutes or, I mean, what I felt was about 30 minutes.
Okay. Did the gunman approach you anymore?
He did approach me again. That's when he came and he tried to taunt me. He got some of my blood and splashed it on my face. And then he also,
And what were you doing when he splashed the blood on your face?
I was on the ground, hurt. Yeah,
Were your eyes open or closed?
I closed them
And why did you close your eyes?
because I wanted him to think that I was dead.
And did you have a time that you could talk to your children about what they should do?
Just at the beginning, I had told them to close their eyes because I didn't want them to see if something bad was going to happen.
And so as your eyes were closed and you were being taunted, did anything happen at that time?
No, not that I recall. My phone was ringing on my back. Mhm.
The injury to your arm, was that the only injury that you received?
No.
Tell us about that. How did that happen?
This one or the other one?
Yeah,
The other injury?
Have you told us about the arm injury? Was there anything else about that I needed to ask?
I don't think so. I mean, this happened at the beginning, but when he came back and after he taunted me and did all of that stuff, later on he did come back and he shot me on the back.
He shot you in the back.
Hmm.
And am I correct? You're not sure how long all this took place?
I'm not sure how long. I just know it felt like forever.
And how did you finally leave room 111?
I was dragged out.
Were you then alert when the breach happened, when the police officers came in?
Yes.
Can you tell us about that?
So when as I was laying there, I heard like the door open, and then I heard little clanking of the desks, the metal, and that's when I told myself they're coming in, anything can happen, and pretty much prayed, and I just I gave myself to the Lord, and just closed my eyes real tight and just waited for everything to be over.
And what did you hear?
Well, after the clanging of the desks, I just heard gunfire, just a lot of it.
And after the gunfire, what happened next?
What I assumed was a border patrol, because I think I read it somewhere on his clothing. He had said, "Get up if you can get up, or talk if you can talk." And that's when I spoke and I said, "I'm here. I'm alive."
And after you spoke and said you're here, you're alive, what happened?
He turned me over on my back, and he got me from the pant leg of my pants, and he dragged me out of my classroom.
And where did you go?
I ended up in the hallway, like next to the kids' bathroom, and that's where I was with the first EMT that started a tourniquet on me.
So all the way down that to the north T section and then toward the east door? That's
Yes.
where they worked on you?
Yes.
And did any of your children in room 111 survive this attack?
No, sir.
And in room 112, are you familiar with those children also?
Some of them, yes. Hmm.
And have you kept a picture of them on your fence outside your home since then?
Yes, sir.
And did we ask you if you could identify each of these children so we could have a name attached to each of the paragraphs of the indictment?
Yes.
And are you able to?
Yes.
And I'll ask you now just one time as to each of these children, were they alive and well on the morning of May 24, 2022?
Yes, sir.
The state offers State's Exhibit 884 through 914. Okay.
It's admitted, you may publish.
Thank you, Your Honor. Starting with exhibit 884, and I'll ask you to tell us if these children were in your room or in room 112 and whether or not they survived. Okay?
Okay.
Starting with exhibit 884, do you recognize that person?
Yes, I do.
Who is that?
That's Josiah Garcia.
And whose class was he in?
He was in my class.
Did he survive?
No.
885,
Rogelio Torres, he was in my classroom,
did he survive?
and he did not survive.
I'm going to ask you about each one, so if you just say that, if not. State's exhibit 886,
Alicia Ramirez, and she was in room 112. She did not survive.
State's exhibit 887,
Neve Bravo, she was in my classroom, and she did not survive.
State's exhibit 888,
Miranda Mathis, and she was in the next classroom, and she did not survive.
State's exhibit 889,
Eliana Torres, and she was in my classroom, and she did not survive.
890,
Leila Salazar, she was in my classroom, and she did not survive.
891,
Annabelle Rodriguez, she was in my classroom, and she did not survive.
892,
Jace Huevanos, he was in my classroom, and he did not survive.
893,
Eliana Garcia, and she was in room 112. She did not survive.
exhibit 894,
Tess Mata, and she was in the next classroom, and she did not survive.
895,
Maite Rodriguez, she was in the next classroom, and she did not survive.
896,
Jayla Silguero, she was in the next classroom, and she did not survive.
897,
Amory Jo Garza, she was in the next classroom, and she did not survive.
898,
McKenna Elrod, she was in the next classroom, and she did not survive.
900,
Alexandria Rubio, she was in my classroom, and she did not survive.
902,
Jacqueline Cáceres, she was in my classroom, and she did not survive.
903,
Jose Flores, he was in my classroom, and he did not survive.
904,
Xavier Lopez, he was in my classroom, and he did not survive.
Now I'd like to move to exhibit 905.
AJ Martinez, he was in the next classroom, and he's a survivor.
And State's exhibit 906.
Gilberto Mata, he was in the next classroom, and he's a survivor.
Exhibit 907.
Jordan Olivares was in the next classroom, and he's a survivor.
Exhibit 908.
Kendall Olivares, she was in the next room, and she's a survivor.
909.
Maya Zamora, she was in the next classroom, and she's a survivor.
910.
Mia Cerrillo, she was in the next classroom, and she's a survivor.
911.
Noah Orona, he was in the next classroom, and he's a survivor.
912.
Samuel Salinas, he was in the next classroom, and he's a survivor.
913.
Jaden Carizales in the next classroom, and he was a survivor.
And 914.
Chloe Menem Torres, the next classroom, and she's a survivor.
And when you say next classroom, in each of those situations where you speak in the classroom 112.
Yes, sir. Room 112, yes.
Absolutely.
Next,
Please.
Mr. Reyes, my name is Nico Gomez.